like firecrackers into the crowd, kick-starting the year of the Clash.
Hey Mickey, the amp don't work.
What do you feel like when you go on stage?
A pair of tits. No, I don't know, I feel good, you know. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do, you know. When we go on stage, I mean, that's when we like it best, you know. You can't get bored on stage, really.
Yeah, we're the Clash.
London Brother! London Brother! London Brother! No, 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 no! London Brother! No, 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 no! London Brother! Hey, hey, hey! London Brother! You won't have a life. Great traffic system is so bright. Just think of a better way to spend the night. Fooling around underneath the yellow light. London Brother, follow me. London Brother, hey, hey, hey. London Brother, no, 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 no. London Brother, hey, hey, no.
I wrote it in an old, sort of disused house near the Westway, and then I went up to see Mick Jones in the block, and like we kind of whipped it into shape up in his flat, and it was kind of like a quick one, you know, like you think of it, write it, finish it, and it was all over quick. It's just like not having anything to do, like not having no place to go, and you just think of a desert. The only activity I could see was like the moving lights going up and down the motorway, and like going down the subways and looking at the writing. And it's like Wednesday night, and it's the same as Thursday night or Friday night. I just felt the whole place was like bored as hell, driving about and watching TV and stuff. So it was like London was burning with boredom. I wrote it to get rid of that feeling.
I love breathing your system, 'cause I'm all alone.
Do you think it could be any different?
Of course it could. It could get better, it could get worse.
I mean, what's going to make it get better?
More lunatic personalities actually doing things, more people doing honest things and not like trying to pose or ponce about.
What do you mean by honest?
Just to do with something, mean something, to feel something so bad about something that you do something about it.
Group writes the songs. Joe's better at lyrics than me, he's great. Fantastic turn of phrase. You know? He's always taking notes. When it comes down to the tunes, I nick them.
How about the audience? What effect do you want to have on them emotionally?
Yeah, we want to make them like vomit or something. I don't know.
I think move them in some way.
Anyway.
So that they can like so that they can like perhaps like move themselves. I think it hits them the next morning. They get their moment to think about it. It will last them to at least lunchtime that day, I should think.
I've got to say, the PA don't sound so hot, you know. Because like, we've got to test these things out, you know. Like, we can't just stand and look at it.
Use your imagination.
You know what I mean? We've got to like bring it to some gig and try it out. And if it don't work, what the fuck can you do but get on with it?
Where you find your shirt, I don't wanna
like, you know, it's like how London belongs to Arabs and Yanks, you know what I mean? Hamburgers and whatever Arabs do, I don't know. Things that go on in American politics, like everyone buying everybody else up, and like the Watergate tape just keep on happening.
Well, I'm not a crook.
You know what I mean? Like exposing more and more and more. Like the further you dig down in America, like the more poxy it gets, you know. I'm dead sure it's the whole veneer on top of the whole thing, like the whole thing. There's like filthy things going on down there. Just disgusting.
Who wants to wait an hour for King Kong? I should have called it King Turkey. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I think I care about your latest record. That's been by the Grateful Dead.
I used to listen, you know, when I first started playing the guitar to like American music, like blues music and Chuck Berry music and Bo Diddley music. And then you listen to like people from the 60s copying their accent, just dead centre. Like Mick Jagger sounds just like Bo Diddley, so it's what a cornball thing it is to do, to go on about my automobile doing 95, boom with a bump, boom side, you know, all that shit. You just think how corny it is, and like, but it don't get you anywhere, you know what I mean? You just think it's stupid after a while, so you get bored with it.
What can I do?
What's been happening with that song, I've been coming up with like loads and loads of new verses for it. I can only take 4 verses a song, right? I keep coming out with loads and loads and like whopping new verses in there. They just get closer every time. But sooner or later it'll stop and that'll be dead centre, and then you leave it. When they're written down, they don't have any life. That's a replica of what it is, right? What it is when you hear it. That's the it. It ain't a poem or anything. You might want to hear them in the air.
So you wanna make tea, a baby tea. Wanna be, you wanna be a cop. And your opportunity, you wanna never stop. We should be up when you keep you at the top. Your opportunity, one never know. I hate the army, hate the RAF. I don't wanna go fighting in the jungle. I hate civil service rules. I won't know it unless I fall. Your opportunity, the one that never comes. Every should be up for you, keep you at the top. Your opportunity, one never know.
Well, I think it's a comedy number. Career opportunities, the one that never knocks. It's like a great line, like, get a job, you know. And like we thought it was a great subject just because all the time you spend in them offices, like going in and out of those boards plastered with jobs like evening work, tailor's work, toilet work, shift work, part work. A poster at the end saying, come and join us, you know, traffic wardens, so come and join us, be a man with the police. It kind of like has an effect on you, you know what I mean? You just realise that if people are working and got their nose in the factory for like 40 hours of a week, right, they're going to be less harmless than someone who doesn't have his nose in the factory for 40 hours a week, right? So that's what jobs is for.
Opportunity, the one that never know. Every job they offer you, you have the job. Your opportunity, never got enough. I'm kidding.
I was on the dole, right? I haven't been on there long, say 6 months. I'm quite happy, right? really getting something going with this group and really writing a load of stuff and playing the guitar, right? I'm quite happy. And they called me in there and they said, you haven't got a job? And I said, no. And they said, are you looking? I said, yeah, sure, I look in all the papers. Oh yeah. So I just got to sit there and he's got to say, well look, right, in 4 weeks we'll send you to this rehabilitation centre. I said, the what? And he says, here, there's a pamphlet, and it says like, you get up at 7 in the morning, make your bed, shave, you've got your own cubicle, you go out and you have first work period, and then you have a lunch period and play snooker and darts, and then you have a second work period, and then you can watch TV and go to bed. And it's to get you back to a working routine. It's not teaching you a trade. I said, I don't want to go, and he says, you haven't got any choice. I just thought this is like robot school, you know what I mean, like programming. So like, I had to cut out.
To me, it's about breaking sort of like old rules. All this you should do this, you should go to work. It's about finally saying, look, no, we shouldn't do this because Britain's fucked up, it's going down the drain. Yet still people are saying, well, you should have a good job. You know, if Britain's going down the drain, I don't care, you know. Yeah, it's like these people made me sick.
You know what I'm talking about? Sound, you know. Rafola. What?
It's like a pop tune because it's got like good rhythm. It's just 5 minutes on a Wednesday night and the minds of some skull-brained idiot working in the city. You know? Quick flash in his dopey bucket head. Stuff like cars and girlfriends and Janie Jones and payola and their jobs and their boss and what he feels but he daren't say it, you know what I mean? He feels he's got a grudge but he daren't say it. I look at everybody. I see everybody. What else is there to look at?
It's really great looking at the audience. So it's like looking at their faces and that, right? And they sort of like look at you, right? You think, oh, great, you know, it sort of like makes you like more like one.
You don't look at your instrument that much, do you?
That's the trick, right? You've got to learn to play it without looking at it, right? Because nothing looks worse than some bunch of wankers, right? Where everyone's going, you know what I mean?
Standing like that girl.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh yeah, that's me.
No, you can do it pretty good without. I mean, I have to look every 10 seconds or so, a quick look, to see that you're on the target, you know?
You know, it's a rock and roll world. You know, it's so well. You know, we'll get out of
Me and Bernie and Paul, we went down the carnival, right in the middle of it. Suddenly, this conga line of policemen moved right in front of us, and then someone slung a Coke can at them, and then the whole thing flared up right in front of our noses.
The side we were on really was anti-status quo. We were on the black guy's side.
Gate crashing their riot.
What's the face? Here's what they call nobody wants. So that
The coke cans started coming over until it was like rain, you know. And like Bernie got clumped round the head by some sort of nasty policeman and lost his glasses. And it was getting really heavy. Night fell and there wasn't hardly any white people there, just the ring of troops around the edge of the grove, right, and all these blacks in the middle. The guy came up to me and I had a transistor radio in my pocket and he slapped it and he said, "What you got to do, man?" Right? And suddenly there was like a ring of about 20 of them around me and Paul. And I told him to leave it out. And the police were getting ready to charge down the other end of the street, and I had a bottle in my other pocket, so I brought it out and I said, "You should be picking these up, you know, not bothering about what I got in my pocket."
We walk the street, you can't even try it. Everybody wants what they do. Nobody wants
Paul kind of, after that, we trudged home like dejected, right? We got home, we had a cup of tea, like we weren't saying anything, right? And it kind of felt bad somehow to get done by both sides of a riot, you know what I mean? Like,
I hope I go to heaven. I want to work. Thank you, fingers. I gotta find something. You're not a rule. Nice and never. Nothing whatsoever. I'm so lucky to be rich.
Well, 1977, we wrote it in the middle of last year. It was kind of like we just went on about the next year, you know, like in 1977, there's knives in West 11, you know, like people trying to rip you off, right? Like, lend me £2, man. And then there was like, but it ain't so lucky to be rich, because there's Sten guns in Knightsbridge, you know, like.
Excuse me? You've got a right to film on these streets.
If I was going to Knightsbridge to rip off someone, I'd take a Sten gun. Whereas I could probably rip someone off and not on the gate with a knife. A lot of the kids who come to see us, right, they all get the suburban blues, don't they? You talk to them after a gig, they've got to go back to Crawley, Newtown.
Basildon.
Basildon, yeah. And crawl in a bathroom window or something like that.
The whole purpose of communication is to like move other people into action. I mean, if I've moved one person, then that's enough.
I suppose we make albums and we sell them, right? We get loads of money. I mean, that's just going to fuck us up completely. You've got to know when it's time to give up.
Only time will tell, you just can't tell. Bands will withstand. If still in 4 years' time the Clash are playing gigs that wipe you out, they're writing songs that are really honest, if they can do that, then the music will stay fresh.
Yeah, yeah. Yankee, a detective, are always on the TV. That's the cause of the murder. But every 10 seconds, I knew, I think I care about your boxy big bullshit. I'd rather wear nothing than look like I'm ready to back. I'm so bored with the USA. I'm so bored with the USA. What can I do?
Alright, do you want us to just carry on?
I'm bored with this, so we finished.